The Hyannis Harborhawks fall to the Bourne Braves at Doran Park 5-3 and are eliminated from the postseason. Guys, before we get to the discussion, I was able to catch up with manager Mitch Karraker right after the game. Thanks so much, guys. Coach, first things first, despite the loss, the team found a way again to fight back in the late innings. How do they keep finding new motivation to come back and give it all they got?
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys really cared. I mean, they really wanted to win and move on, and they fought to the end, and give them a lot of credit. They're a good team over there in Bourne, and they played really well tonight. We just came up a little bit short.
Threw a lot of different arms out there tonight, and a lot of them played very, very well. How do you think that they did overall, and what were your thoughts on their performance?
Yeah, they did good. I mean, I think everybody that went out there kind of left it all out there, and so just proud of each one of our guys. I think moving forward, hopefully they can take this summer as a learning opportunity, and wishing them all the best in their next chapter.
This is your second year on the Cape. If you had to think of one thing that can resemble this team that you'll think about going forward, what would that be?
Yeah, just gritty. I mean, we had a lot of tough luck throughout the season. It was a hard year, and they never got down on themselves. Never felt like we were out of it. We always felt like we had a fighting chance, and so the resiliency of this team was pretty special. Even though a lot of times it didn't go our way. So can't say enough about how proud of them I are.
Thanks so much for your time today, and then all season as well, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Guys. Gio, the first thing that really stuck out, you heard manager Mitch Karraker talk about it, the fight that this team had late.
Well, things sure looked bleak headed into those late innings, Graham. 5-1 Bourne's lead, and then the Harborhawks conjured up all the urgency they've harbored over this entire playoff run. They took a commanding Game 1 win here at Doran Park and then lost in a really sour way in Game 2. So some of that frustration came out early on, just couldn't translate it into base runners. But the Hyannis Harborhawks, with their backs against the wall, showed a tremendous amount of fight. It's a vigilant team. It has been all season long, despite a litany of struggles. So make no mistake that we saw the Harborhawks in their fullest form tonight.
Max, from Eddie Copper all the way to Ryan Speciok, this pitching delivered a pretty strong outing.
And the bullpen was lights out for Mitch Karraker. While the scorebook didn't necessarily say that, they had a lot of big outs right there. And this is a team that had a lot of struggles with the bullpen out throughout the entire season, but tonight they really locked it down. Sam Garwell, Brendan Oliveira, Ryan Speciok, a lot of guys just filling up the strike zone. And while it didn't turn out their way in terms of the win, they had a lot to be proud about tonight.
All right, well, before we go, we've got a lot of people that we want to thank and that we want to bring on the show. All right, we've got all of the media interns here with us that we can possibly fit into the shot. We're all going to give our favorite moment. We'll just go from my left to right. So, Gio, let's start us off. What you got for your favorite moment?
Well, put me on the spot here. I got to think of something. Favorite moment, I think I'm going to go, even though it was a Harborhawks loss, I'm going to go with Sunday's clinch of the playoffs, because that was such an electric scene. Everybody on pins and needles, trying to see if Hyannis would get into the postseason, and they won Game 1 of this series here at Doran Park. Anything can happen if you get into the playoffs. That was an absolutely electric scene, and just so many to choose from such a wonderful group of people to work with all summer.
Max Schwartzberg, what you got?
Seeing Graham Nash every single day, just sitting next to Graham Nash in the broadcast booth. But if we talk about games specifically, low-key opening day against Wareham. That was a lot of fun. We went to Chili's after the game. I sat about 3 people down from Graham, so that wasn't the best. But besides that was awesome. Great season.
I sense a theme.
Yeah, there's a theme there. All right, producer James Cluggish, what we have?
Producing assistant.
All right.
I'd say probably the first tie in Chatham where we came back from a couple runs down. That was absolutely electric. But what a fun season with these guys. So fun, guys. Had a blast.
Production assistant Daniel Botolino.
Producer, sorry, I'm a little distracted. Karraker's kid is walking around with a bat, and she's like 2 years old. My bad. That time you guys let me, it was the rain delay against Bourne when you guys let me on the air. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But every day was a joy with you guys, with most of you guys.
Wow.
So.
Can I change my answer?
What?
9th inning of that rain delay. I hope you guys didn't watch it. That's all I'm going to say. We were a little bit tired, but what a crazy game that was.
That was a crazy game. Head producer, Charlie Adams.
Lead producer, and favorite moment, probably nailing the pen flip on camera during the Open. Many have tried, many have failed. I got it first try, but it's been a fun year. Definitely great broadcast and all of it. Game-wise, though, producer broadcast was pretty fun.
Sideline reporter Ava Fernandez, what you got?
My favorite moment was when I got to throw the first pitch on my 21st birthday. That was amazing. It was so fun. And just being alongside these guys, they've taught me so much. So it's been a great summer.
All right, I'll close this out. I think that my favorite moment has got to be all of the little conversations we had before we went on air back at McKeon Park. Lots of stuff went down, lots of very, very funny, entertaining stuff. Just formed a bit of a bond here between these three. It was a great time. But
That was the most serious.
yes, Max was very serious.
That is a bald-faced lie, folks. That is a bald-faced
Yeah,
lie.
it is. We'd also like to thank a couple people who aren't here, Sam Montag and Ethan Wachs. Guys, wish you could be here with us, but that is going to do it for 2025 broadcast crew. Thank you all for following along with us. We'll see you later.